Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Let's do the whole darn weekend. We've got Saturday, the 25th day of May, National Missing Children's Day, National Tap Dance Day, National Brown Baguette Day. It's also Towel Day, and one you're going to celebrate, National Wine Day.
Yeah.
Celebrate that every day.
Good day. I don't every day, actually.
You know, it's not every... You haven't had wine in a while now,
I
have you?
haven't for quite a while.
It's also on Sunday, National Blueberry Cheesecake Day on the 26th of May.
Okay.
So there you go. A lot of things to
That's
celebrate
good
this
stuff.
weekend. Yeah, it's absolutely good stuff. Also, some good stuff. Going to be chatting with Meredith Jordan about her new book called Below the Line, Anatomy of a Successful Movie. And I'm excited to learn a little more about this. It sounds like she kind of went like undercover, or not undercover, but embedded with a movie crew while they were filming a movie. So I'm excited to chat with her. It's all coming up in a bit, right here on the John and Heidi Show Weekend Edition.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A survey by the Washington Post found an increasing number of Americans are now migrating to Mexico. So there are people from Mexico moving to the United States, and there's others from the United States going, I'm going to go to Mexico. So apparently it's for the weather, maybe?
For the weather, and honestly, it's really inexpensive to live there compared to the way it is to live
We've
here.
been to Cancun twice.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I kind of like right where we live, so I don't know that I would want to move, but I could understand the draw. I get it. This is Surveys and Studies and Such, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
And this is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. An Ohio woman was arrested after police said she broke into a house, washed the dishes, pet the dog, and left.
Oh, hey, she can break into my house anytime.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Cheyenne Ewing walked into a home, sat on the sofa, started petting the family dog, then decided to wash the dishes and left. The victims said that they didn't know her. She was not invited into the home. They said that she was acting strange. While deputies were speaking with the victim, they got a call that same woman, matching the description, was knocking on doors in a different part of town. She was under the influence of narcotics. She proceeded to give police a false name. She said she'd been up for 2 straight days. She was arrested and taken to the Eastern Ohio Regional Jail, charged with
she
burglary.
needs some help.
So, yeah,
Burglary? She didn't steal anything other than some
apparently.
dish soap?
I don't know. So breaking and entering is what she should have been charged
Yeah,
with, maybe.
breaking
I
and
don't know.
entering I could see, but
it's not illegal to
illegally
be
petting
weird,
my
but-
dog and washing my dishes,
No more
I don't
dog petting for
think
you.
that's a bad thing.
Apparently, yeah. She was under the influence of something. That is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Actress Scarlett Johansson and Saturday Night Live star Colin Jost have gotten engaged. So happy news for the couple there. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
A new report claims that Lena Headey, I think is how you say it, she refused to appear in a Game of Thrones scene with her ex, Jerome Flynn, following a nasty breakup last year. So for big fans of the show, if you notice they weren't in the same scenes, that's why.
Well, la-di-da.
Now you know. And Arnold Schwarzenegger said he will not press charges against that kicker.
I would.
The guy that attacked him in South Africa.
I would.
You know, he probably should, so the guy learns a lesson, because now if he doesn't have to pay the price, he didn't learn anything from this. So I don't know.
I would. That was
it was
horrible.
Terrible. Yeah, I've got a link to that story, and it's got the video and all that in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink, and another drink. Maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now your scoop of the day, brought to you by bettercreditcards.net. I actually just learned this earlier this week. Coca-Cola is bringing back New Coke.
I heard that.
34 years after it flopped.
I don't know why.
Well, it's because of a promotional tie-in with the TV show Stranger Things. So I've got several friends that love Stranger Things.
Yeah, I've
It's
only seen a
based
couple
in
of
the 80s.
episodes.
Now, we watched the first few episodes, and I was like, I don't know. I don't really get it.
Yeah.
And then I had a friend that said, oh, yeah, it doesn't really take off until, way later. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I should skip all of that.
I think we're good.
Stranger Things and New Coke. I got a fun New Coke story that I'm not going to tell on the radio, but I remember New Coke. North Carolina daycare closed after a group of 2-year-old kids were found playing in a road nearby. Yeah, shut that place down.
Good Lord.
The North Carolina daycare got shut down because the 2-year-olds, instead of being, cared for during the day at a daycare, they were playing in the road. Bad.
Wow.
A biographer for the royal couple says Meghan Markle is not popular with Harry's inner circle because the prince's friends feel like she's running his life. When reached out to Harry for comment, he said, Meghan won't let me talk right now. Just kidding. I didn't really reach out. World's first vertical theme park.
I kind of get that impression about her, too, by the
Really?
way.
That she's
that
in
she's
charge?
overbearing and that she's rude and that she's...
I don't know. I don't really pay any attention, honestly. The world's first vertical theme park is set to open in China this summer. The park will contain 25 different rides based on Hollywood films. It'll be packed inside a bean-shaped
fun.
building.
Okay.
So it's a vertical theme park. It's like a tall...
Cool.
I don't know. I guess. I wonder what the rides are.
I don't know. I'm excited to find out.
U.S. Postal Service is testing a self-driving truck that can make inner-city deliveries. You don't think we need that?
No.
Yeah, apparently it's needed.
There's going to be no jobs left for Americans at all if we keep going down this road. Where are
For
people going
human
to
people?
work?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a self-driving truck for inner-city deliveries. I don't know. Yeah, who's going to deliver? A robot? I don't know. I don't get it. Rolls-Royce is selling a $47,000 champagne cooler made for picnics.
Oh, I need one.
Doesn't even come with a car.
I mean, I need another one.
It's just a cooler. Yeah, Heidi. Put this next to your other $47,000 champagne cooler. A new Gallup poll found that 4 in 10 Americans embrace socialism. So 4 in 10, 40%.
That's so
That is kind of
scary.
concerning. And
look at Venezuela.
Yeah, we don't
Just
talk.
look at Venezuela. What is wrong with you people?
Well, here's the thing. We don't talk about politics on this program, and there's a good reason, because when you do, you have people that get upset. So I don't want to talk about politics, because if we do, people will get upset. But I do want to say this. History has proven that
That's terrifying.
That system hasn't worked
No,
anywhere.
never.
So, there's not a single example where you can say, well, it worked here. So Lori Lightfoot was sworn in as Chicago's first openly gay African-American female mayor. That's quite a laundry list of things there.
That is.
Congratulations, by the way, to Lori Lightfoot. Great white shark was spotted off the coast of Long Island for the first time in history.
Oh.
So that's kind of interesting. I wonder, you think they're going to clear the beaches? Everybody, didn't we see something like this in a movie once called Jaws?
It's called Jaws, yeah.
It was a little interesting thing. And one last story here. 2 parents, it's the same couple. They're married to each other. They forgot their newborn baby in a taxi in Hamburg, Germany.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. That's not good. That's a bad idea. So the good news is they got their kid back, but the bad news is they got their kid back. They got the kid back. They're the ones that forgot the kid in a taxi. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Today we're going to visit with Meredith Jordan about her book, Below the Line, Anatomy of a Successful Movie. How you doing, Meredith?
Very good. Thanks for having me on.
Well, you've got this new book. How long has this been out now?
February 13th was the official publication date.
And you've been making the rounds doing all kinds of book signings, and you've been doing a bunch of interviews like this, talking about not just the book, but kind of the topic of the book. Let's talk about the book itself first, Below the Line, Anatomy of a Successful Movie. What is the concept behind the book?
I couldn't find anything like it. I wanted to know exactly how they made a big movie, right, from start to finish, but including all the players, you know, the author and the production designer, and what did those people do? So I got embedded, I'm a journalist, and I got embedded on a major motion picture, and I follow along from the inside, you know, sort of watching the people prep the movie and then shoot the movie. But it was a movie with very big movie stars called Las Vegas. Robert De Niro, Michael Douglas, Morgan Freeman, Kevin Kline, Mary Steenburgen, and even more from there. So it was just it's a fun way, I'm told, but a serious way to understand how they do it.
So when you did this, you got to shadow them. What was that experience like? That had to be kind of fun to watch how all of this process is done.
Oh, I loved it. I really love how things work, and so I had a desk in the production department. It took 5 months, and I was there every day, and I loved it just to see them, what they do, because it's so mysterious, you know, what happens. They don't let reporters on movies, so it was actually a coup just to be there at all.
Now, we're seeing more and more movies that are coming out through, instead of the theater, they're coming out through things like Netflix and Hulu and even YouTube Red and Amazon Prime. Do you think that's making a big impact on how the movies are made?
I think it ultimately will, but so far, no. And we're seeing this seismic change is happening in streaming all the time. I mean, I think the introduction of the Disney Plus, which happens in November, is going to shake things up in a very, very big way. So, you know, it's hard to know how it all settles, but, stay tuned.
And I'm looking in the info that was sent out here, and it talks about Roma winning 3 Oscars. And now I'm not really familiar with Roma, but is that a film that came out through Netflix?
Yeah, it was. And basically, what Netflix did was release that on its platform. The huge, international goes out. I think they have nearly 150 million paid subscribers as of this last quarter. So what they did was they met the letter of the law, which is to be considered for an Oscar, you have to be in theaters, I think it's just a week. And they do that so it's accessible to all filmmakers. But what Netflix did was use its platform to launch it at the same time as it was in theaters, which meant that it had an advantage the others didn't have. So that's a core issue.
So that's kind of a game changer, I would say, if people are, this thing won 3 Oscars. So if people are looking at it and saying, hey, that's the new way to do this, do you think maybe we'll see more films come out that way?
Yeah, and there was talk of the Oscars, the Academy Awards, actually tweaking the rules a little bit, where they would say, oh, you have to have been in theater, however many theaters, but you have to have a 90-day gap before you can go online. Because, that's what happened with television, right? If you imagine the same thing, let's say during the broadcast era, when television, if you'd had a really great made-for-TV movie that was, put in the theater for a week, and then they came back and tried to get an Oscar for it. Oscars were for cinematic release. So, I don't know. But there's just some controversy to it.
Again, our guest right now is Meredith Jordan. She has a new book, Below the Line, Anatomy of a Successful Movie. And the book is available right now. If folks would like to find it, where can they find a copy of this, Meredith?
Well, the website is Below the Line Book, .com, and that will lead you to it, but it's also on Amazon, so it's pretty easy to find.
Again, Meredith Jordan. The book is called Below the Line, Anatomy of a Successful Movie. We've got a link to that in our show notes today to make it really easy to find. You can find that at johnandheidishow.com.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Fergie, the lady from Black Eyed Peas.
Yes.
Multi-talented singer, actress, professor of humps, whatever. She's the one that, my humps. Remember that? She once voiced Charlie Brown's sister, Sally.
Really?
Yeah, so if you listen to those voices on the thing, back in the 1984 television specials, 2 of them, she was the voice of Sally.
All right.
Charlie Brown and Snoopy Show, and what was the other one? I don't know, Peanuts Universe or something like that. Anyway, that's pretty darn cool. It was way before she was a pop star. She was a Peanuts voice.
Well, there you go.
That's really cool. That's today's fun fact.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Now, fear this. Time for fun with phobias. Ithyphalophobia.
Ithyphala?
Ithyphallophobia. Ithyphalophobia.
I don't know.
If it was just phallophobia, would that help? It's probably what you're thinking. I see some. It is the fear of seeing or thinking about or having an erect male
Okay.
organ.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, so it's even thinking about
I
seeing. You don't
just
see
didn't
it.
know how to say
There you
it.
go. See, and that's the fear today. It's today's fun with phobias.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A dispute over custody of a hedgehog turned violent last weekend when a person struck her mother several times trying to take a hedgehog from the home.
All right.
18-year-old Emma Davison was arguing with Mama about living arrangements and following directions when teenager announced that she was packing her things and going to leave.
And Mom said she wanted the hedgehog.
So when she was getting ready to leave, she was going to take the hedgehog.
Like, I don't think
And
so.
Mom said, no. Your younger siblings in the house care for that hedgehog, and they're the ones that feed the hedgehog. She was blocking the defendant from going into her sibling's room, and that is when she got pushed, and she hit her mother several times to go in.
Oh, wow.
The 18-year-old was arrested with misdemeanor domestic battery count and booked into the county jail. So at least she had a place to sleep that night.
Yes, she did.
No hedgehog with her, though, I noticed. So there you go. It's today's weird news. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. An Oregon man who staged a home invasion robbery confessed that he made up the whole darn thing. Guess why he made up the whole darn thing?
Why?
To cover up the theft of $700 in Girl Scout cookie money. His daughter sold a bunch of Girl Scout cookies. He stole $700.
Oh, my God.
And the 40-year-old Brian David Couture was sentenced to 80 hours of community service, placed on 18 months probation, and has to pay restitution. By the way, what do you suppose you spend $700 in Girl Scout?
What did he buy?
He boozed it up and also went to a place where he got an erotic massage.
Nice happy ending.
I don't know how much an erotic massage would cost, but apparently less than $700. So that is just a bad idea. Don't
Role
do that.
model.
Yeah. He confessed to skeptical police when he was trying to tell them that somebody broke into the house and stole nothing but the cookie money.
That's just. Can you imagine being that poor kid and having to live?
Yeah,
having
that
to go to
would
school
really stink.
after
So,
that.
so your dad stole the
your
cookie
Girl
money, huh?
Scout money, went and got himself a massage.
That's a bad. Oh, poor kid. I just think that's
Poor
terrible.
kid.
That's today's moment of duh.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Now, these three things, Heidi, tell me, what do these three things have in common?
Alrighty.
I don't know about this. A rose,
Okay.
Anheuser-Busch, and Cheech and Chong. I don't know about the Cheech and Chong. I guess officially, yeah, that's what that's called. They'll have buds.
Okay.
'Cause a rose has a bud, Anheuser-Busch has Budweiser, and Cheech and Chong, like,
yeah.
So, yeah, it's
That
a
was
bit of a stretch.
yeah.
These three things. I'm going to give you a free pass on this one. How's that sound?
That'd be super.
Heidi's, okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, for the record, Heidi's still extremely good at this game.
No, I'm actually not.
This wasn't fair. All right. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of The John and Heidi Show is brought to you by The John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying The John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Now some good news brought to you by ripitgloves.com. Promo code RADIO. That's RIPIT gloves.com. This is such an awesome story. A man graduates with a nursing degree from a university. What is so cool about that? Because a lot of people do. Well, he used to be the janitor at that university.
Oh, that's really cool.
How cool is that? Frank Baez, B-A-E-Z. How would you say that?
Baez?
Baez. There we go. See, I knew there was a way to say it, and I've heard it. That's why I feel like such an idiot right now. Frank Baez, age 29, graduated with a nursing degree from a place that he used to be the janitor. Same place.
That's fantastic.
And he moved to New York from the Dominican Republic with his family as a teenager, and he started working at this hospital, university hospital. While working there, he realized, I want to be a nurse. So he learned how much these people advocate for their patients and the passion they have for their job. So he started working and applied for the nursing program, graduated with a 3.6 GPA. Baez is the first person in his family to graduate from college. Says, I could barely speak English at the time I started working at NYU. Now I can reflect on it, and I feel proud of how much I've accomplished. I think that is such a cool story, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I just think that's amazing.
That's really amazing.
I've got a link to that story if you want to read all about it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this Memorial Weekend. And for anyone who served their country, we want to make sure that we have a special
Absolutely.
thank you to you as well. And for people who don't quite understand what Memorial Day is, it's worth Googling. Google it, find out what it is so you can be sure to celebrate. Because there's so many people that this weekend just turns into like
mattress sale.
yeah, and it's so much more than that.
Yep.
I mean, it's this make this weekend matter and help for your children. If you have children, help for them to understand why there's a special day off for a lot of people. So, again, thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show.